So today, we'll be going over all the wrestling news and headlines surrounding Nia Jax and her recent Raw match. So Nia Jax and her wrestling style has always been an extremely touchy subject among the fans. Some fans feel like there's certain moves from Nia that aren't safe, and then there are other fans who don't seem to have any problems with it. This isn't the first time this discussion has been brought up, and it actually has been a reoccurring headline for a few years. So let's go over that history right now. Let's take a look at everyone who has had a negative encounter with Nia Jax in the ring. Zelina Vega was unfortunately injured during her encounter with Nia Jax back at the 2018 Evolution pay-per-view event. There was a battle royale that involved a lot of women and had a lot going on all at once. But one of the most standout moments was Nia and Zelina's situation. Nia threw Zelina out of the ring with so much force that Zelina had a bad fall outside of the ring and ended up with a concussion. Zelina missed a month of television, and the injury was most kept on the down low. Then in December of 2018, there was also a rumor going around that Nia had injured Ember Moon. There was never any official word on the injury, but Ember's husband did tweet out a harsh tweet about Nia that he later ended up deleting. So many understood from this tweet that Nia likely injured his wife, and he wasn't too happy with it at all. Then we have the memorable situation between R-Truth and Nia Jax at the Royal Rumble. So R-Truth had earned his spot to come out as number 30 in the men's Royal Rumble match, but Nia Jax was set to attack him and take his spot in the match. But it was reported that R-Truth wasn't expecting Nia to be so rough with him during that attack segment, and reports claim that the Truth was furious and looking to confront Nia about how she handled the attack. The reports got so out of hand that Nia and Truth responded to the rumor by posting pictures together and saying that all was well between the two of them. Then you had the 2017 encounter that Nia Jax had with Bayley. Bayley, who was set for a huge SummerSlam match, was unable to wrestle at the show because she had suffered a shoulder injury at the hands of Nia Jax. Nia threw Bayley, and she ended up landing in a bad position for her shoulder, and she was out of action for a whole month. WWE had to panic and find somebody to replace Bayley at SummerSlam since she was unable to get cleared in the time for the event. Charlotte also had two scary moments while in the ring with Nia, but Charlotte was able to shake it off and finish the match. The last injury Nia caused that actually shifted a WWE superstar into real superstardom was Becky Lynch. During SmackDown's invasion of Raw, Nia Jax hit Becky Lynch with a right hand that took Becky out for weeks and weeks of action. But that moment of Becky working through the injury and standing on the staircase in the crowd really became an iconic moment for Becky Lynch, and she has taken off ever since. Then we know what happened. Nia unfortunately went down with an injury herself, but was able to work her way back and has just returned to WWE Raw. Nia noted on Paige's live stream that she was met with so much negative fan reaction even after her first night back. Well, now that fan reaction has sort of picked up a bit after Nia's match with Sane. Nia had a lot of risky moves with Sane that had fans worried for Sane. Nia had that spinning move and also threw Sane into the corner. That's what sparked up this whole Nia Jax topic once again. Fans thought it was scary and didn't understand why moves like that are allowed, but many believed that it could have just been a bad botch. You also have to remember Sane also suffered a concussion a few months back, so the last thing she wants is to be concussed again. After this is where the fans are split. Some say that Sane took the bump correctly and it was perfectly fine, while other fans think it was completely reckless and scary. It's just a real eye-opener because Nia was just talking about standing up for Alexa Bliss when Alexa was being tossed all over the ring by Ronda, and now Nia is throwing people around too. Nia did sort of respond to the move and fan reaction. She had this to say on Twitter. Since Sane can't say anything about it, maybe Ronda Rousey would like to try. Hashtag Samoan for real. So Nia was really slammed by fans because of this botch there on Raw. But telling from Nia's tweet, she's just embracing it and even claiming that she'll use it again on Ronda Rousey. This is something that Nia has done in the past. She even did it with Becky Lynch's injury. It was a real moment that really hurt Becky Lynch. But WWE and Nia decided to implement the Becky Lynch injury to Nia's character. So she was coming out week after week just bragging about what she did to Becky Lynch. Nia was heel at the time, so it was perfect because it got even more heat. Because the fans knew that she was the main reason why Becky Lynch was on the shelf. So maybe Nia will do the same thing here. She'll embrace the bad feedback from fans and will continue to threaten other superstars with that same scary move. There's still no update on if Shane was actually hurt during the match, and if she was, we'll probably never hear about it because they tend to keep those injuries covered up. Nia isn't trying to forget about that botch from Raw. She's quoting it. She's tweeting it out herself, so it doesn't look like the feedback is getting to her at all. And by the way, Nia continues to tag and mention Ronda Rousey over and over again. So who knows if we could be leading towards a match between those two as well. So for today's bonus story, we'll be taking a look at WWE's official response to those claiming that they're forcing people to work. There's been a lot of reports lately on how everything is working with WWE right now. Some were saying that it feels like they're forced to work, while others say it was optional for everyone to work. So let's swap over and take a look at WWE's statement. So it turns out that no one is being forced to work at all at WWE television tapings, and it's fully optional. You won't be fired or anything like that at all for staying home. That's actually what the early reports were claiming, so it looks like they were true after all. What are your thoughts on today's stories? Do you think the move by Nia Jax was reckless? Leave your comments, don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.